So, in this video we're going to talk about rodents. There are several types that create different types of issues. Rats being one of the most troublesome types. They tend to do a lot of home destruction. They hear flowing water, they might start chewing that pipe. So with those, it is an issue of time. We need to get them resolved as quickly as possible in order to make sure that your home or your business is safe. Now, when it comes to rats, there are several types of baits that work well, and some have allergies. So when I go into your home or business, I'm going to ask you whether or not you have, say, an allergy to peanuts or an allergy to tree nuts. Those are two of my favorite baits, one being Nutella and one being good old peanut butter. Now, if those two items are not available for use, I do have a few secret weapons, which I will not discuss here. Those are only to be deployed as a secret weapon. Now, there are two other prominent types of rodents in the area, one being house mice. These guys typically know how to find their way around your house, and once they're in, that is their new home. With house mice, they use the wiring and the piping to navigate around your home. So if they get in, they have full access to everywhere. Now, the nice part is most homes are sealed up quite well, and for the most part, it's the junction box that gets the most attention, due to the fact that it usually has wires that lead out into the common area. Speaking of rodents, this is Meeko. He's not much of a mouse killer. Now, with house mice, typically it's a baiting process or snap traps. When it comes to baits, I use a single feed bait called contract blocks, and the active ingredient is bromadiolone, which is very similar to I apologize, which is very similar to former warfarin, which now we find resistance in rodents, creating a bit of an issue with using those types of baits. The bromadiolone does currently have great results with limited resistance. Now, when it comes to the last type of mice, and this is what I'm finding most commonly in Peterborough, that's the deer mouse or the white-footed mouse. They are similar to chipmunks. They nest and they like to be outside, they like to play, and they don't follow typical rodent rules. So you might not find them snug up against walls where other rodents feel only comfortable when their whiskers are touching a wall. You might find them building a little stash pile under your sofa. Now, these guys do not know how to navigate your home as easily as house mice. They don't live in your home, so that is their entire world. They want to be back outside where their food stash is. So with deer mice or white-footed mice, you're going to find them most commonly going to and from your house, even in winter. They do not want your cereal. They want their stash of peanuts outside or whatever they may be eating. So typically, bait is not the best way to resolve an issue with white-footed mice. That main reason is due to the fact that because they spend a lot of outdoor time, you are possibly causing secondary poisonings to predators in the area, or maybe somebody's domestic cat that's next door that decided to eat one of the dead mice. So bait is not the preferred method. Snap traps are definitely the way to go when it comes to these guys. Now, because of their biology and because of the fact that they do not spend all of their time snug up against walls, it's important to find entry points and snap trap and bait around those areas. Now, they are keen on seeds. That's one of their primary foods, so that is one of the best ways to round them up on a snap trap. Now, I'm not going to let you know how to do that because that is one of my little secrets. Now, those are the three primary issue rodents. If you have a rat in your house, just know that they are incredibly keen on scent. So if you're going around touching those snap traps that you put down, most likely you're not going to catch a rat on it. He's more than aware that human scent means that you're trying to get him. So I do suggest if you have a rat, call a professional. Time is very, very important. If you have other rodents that are just creating an issue in your house, like the house mice or the deer mice, just know that they are not going to be able to cause the same degree of damage. So they won't be chewing into your water pipe, which is usually your dishwasher. That's usually the first place they go. They hear that whooshing and they want that water. Rats need water to survive. They need a food source to survive, and they need a quiet place to go to protect themselves. If they don't have all three of those, they just won't be there. So water is a big issue. If we can eliminate water in an area where they're coming in, then most likely they are going to stop living there, since it's no longer suitable for living conditions. Deer mice and house mice, they get a lot of their moisture from the food that they eat, so they don't actually need a separate source of water. Although sometimes they may go for a cat water bowl or something to that effect. So if you have any questions, any concerns, if you can teach me something, please do. Feel free to leave it in the comments below. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you. Bye for now.